3 years ago, El Salvador made headlines as the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Now, the nation is doubling down, but this time the move isn't aimed at everyday citizens. El Salvador's Legislative Assembly has approved a sweeping new investment banking law that opens the door for high net worth individuals and institutional investors to dive into the country's crypto ecosystem. Under the law, only licensed investment banks with at least $50 million in capital can take part, and their clients must qualify as sophisticated investors. In practical terms, that means having at least $250,000 in readily available funds and accredited financial knowledge. These investment banks will now be allowed to hold Bitcoin and other digital assets directly on their balance sheets, issue bonds and securities, arrange public-private partnerships, operate as fully fledged Bitcoin banks with the right license. Government officials say the goal is clear: to attract international private capital and turn El Salvador into a specialized financial hub for the region. Juan Carlos Reyes, head of the country's crypto regulatory agency, says the law lets banks operate in Bitcoin, foreign currencies, or both, creating an entirely new playing field for institutional crypto finance. The move comes as President Nayib Bukele strengthens his grip on power. This month, lawmakers approved constitutional changes extending presidential terms from 5 to 6 years and removing term limits entirely, a shift that could keep Bukele, a vocal Bitcoin advocate, in office for decades. Meanwhile, despite agreeing to pause public Bitcoin purchases under a $1.4 billion IMF loan deal, blockchain data suggests the government now holds around 6,264 Bitcoin, worth roughly $739 million at today's prices, up from about 6,160 in April. Some analysts believe the increase might be from internal transfers between wallets rather than new acquisitions. Supporters say the law cements El Salvador's status as a pro-crypto haven and will draw major institutional players into the country. Critics argue that the benefits mostly serve the government and large corporations, while doing little for the average Salvadoran. Whether it becomes a magnet for global finance or a playground for the elite, El Salvador's latest Bitcoin gamble marks a new chapter in its bold and controversial crypto experiment.